Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is Patrick from the Jeff Lava channel, aka Snickerdoodle. We are currently going to be making my own YouTube channel to post videos on various things such as Guild Wars 1, Guild Wars 2. We're going to be doing EverQuest, maybe some RuneScape sprinkled in there, mostly MMOs because those are the type of games I like to play. This is going to be the first thing on the channel. This is the Kurzick faction farm that I does. I normally use my Ranger, which is just a basic marksmanship build with a tormented bow or my Drago's flat bow. I do use the 8 heroes build. I use the strong offensive capabilities of 3 Mesmers, Necro, and of course the Blood is Power Necro with a lot of heals to support and also to supply energy to other people. Xandra with an SOS, and then the good old-fashioned Hawes Edward, which is one of my ritualists that I made. I have a mercenary slot as a soul twisting. So let's just go ahead and get right into it. This is going to be the Kurzick faction farm, Amatz Basin. It's probably one of the more easier ways to get faction other than just vanquishing an area, which gets you quite a bit of faction. Right now I'm sitting at 216. I'll probably only average about 1,000. I'm not super good at this, not the best. Let's go ahead and get right into it. So all I'm really going to do is defend right here. There is a build online to do this for like AFKing, but I don't find it works too well. Every time I try to do it, it doesn't really work that great. I use consumables. Indeed I do. It helps out. Gives me max HP, energy, things like that, armor, health regeneration, damage dealt is reduced. Which kind of helps overall. So I do try to kill as much as I can in the beginning just to kind of try to pump up as much score as I can. And then we go back to the beginning. So this is about only a 10-minute type thing going on. You're just trying to kill as much as you can and save as much as you can. The goal is to save as much Kurzicks as possible. You get points as you save them, so forth and so forth. It's pretty simple of a mission. It's not really of a mission, it's more of a challenge. I use Summon Spirits for my favorable winds, which allows me to have an increased damage. It also allows my bows to kind of fly a lot quicker. So it helps just deal out damage. Just a basic barrage pet build. Basically all you really do is slam one. It's one of the more basics of the builds. It really is. I have a zealous bowstring, tormented. And a lot of you guys saw my baby monk, as I like to refer to it, because it's not really my monk. So when it comes down to it, the faster you kill, the better. Especially for this type of challenge. I think my FW finally died. So let me just resummon that. New FW. Yeah. So I was going to take out that group over there, but I had a feeling that they were going to pop soon, so. Oh, looks like they already took out my FW. Yeah, they already took out my FW. So that's a damage reduction. One thing that's bad, the people here uses consume souls, which like instantly kills spirits type enemies. Go ahead and try to take out some of these guys down here. So for every kill that I hit, I get one faction, or 5 faction, and for every one that I get over there, I get 1 faction. I also get a time bonus for every 25 you save. It's about a minute, it's 60 seconds added. As you can see, if they're grouped around, we can generally knock them out pretty quickly, especially with Splinter Weapon and all the other stuff that I have that helps me kind of do damage. Okay, call FW down here. They kind of spread that out on me. As you can see, it really is just a bunch of trying to kill as fast as we can, angle out as fast as we can. Calling targets might help, things like that. Okay, FW seems a little low. Let's see if I can get him over here. Yeah, he's gonna die soon. The spirits are all timed. FW for me lasts for 166 seconds, but they can also be killed by the enemies. Well, you kind of don't want them here in the middle of the fray, but I am a ranger ritualist. Ritualist get a spell to summon spirits. Allows me to pull it. As you see, when I do cast favorable winds, it takes quite a while. It has a long cast time. So instead of going from section to section to section and recasting it, you can prolong it by summoning it to you with use of the ritualist spell. looks like they had a low high score because I actually hit the high score. The month's high score is 198, which I've never gotten above 100. I'm not, like I said, I'm not like some pro player out there on Guild Wars 1. I kind of casually play this game. Even back in the day, I was a casual player. I kind of did things by myself. I used to do underworld speed clearing a lot back when that was real popular, but not so much anymore. It's interesting because I saw the other day on a post somebody was saying, oh, people were just here as a fad. And I was like, you know, I don't think it was a fad. I think it was just the people who actually cared to have the best synergy possible all left. So it's really hard to find synergizing builds now. You have to look on Reddit or YouTube and all that good stuff. And I don't really like the way they format it. I think other people were better at communicating their build types than some of the people nowadays. Like, they kind of just show you this video and it's like, hey, that's what this works great, do this, and then they leave no context, you know. So it's just a basic ranger build, nothing too special. 16 wilderness or marksmanship. I do have wilderness survival in there mainly because occasionally I throw in a wilderness survival skill like a poison type thing, but generally I don't. Expertise, because expertise for a ranger helps you lower the amount of energy you need in order to cast spells. So that's really useful, at least if it's a ranger spell. As you can see, we've kind of gotten a little widened, so let's see if I can get my heroes to focus in. Back down in the center over here. Start calling some targets, see if I get these people refocused. That's another thing. I've seen people like micromanage their heroes and they have like all their windows open. I can't. I'm like, nah, if they can't run the build on their own, then I'm really not going to let them run it, because I like to be able to focus on myself. Which, for the builds that I run, do pretty well. Like, yeah, sometimes it's not always the best spike, but the damage output is fine. I've done lots of vanquishing with them, a lot of hard mode with them. I haven't really done much of Eye of the North with them just because not something that I really like doing all too much. So we are at 94 right now. We have about 2 minutes left. I think if we can get that up to 100, we get another time bonus. Now, I went in here with only about 200 faction. I'm now up to 1,000. So that's another thing. I don't have a lot of titles. A bunch of people have billions. They have 30, 40 titles, and I'm sitting on maybe 8 maxed. Maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, about 8 maxed. And the ones that I do have maxed, if you look at it, it's like Legendary Skill Hunter, the Elonian Skill Hunter. You know, I have all 3 of the campaign skill hunters. That's how you get Legendary Skill Hunter. And then I have the 3 protector titles. So, and you get the protector titles by completing every bonus and mission in the main area of what you're playing, whether it's Cantha, Elona, or Tyria. And some of you guys may know that Tyria is the world, but also the continent that the first game actually takes place. It's a little confusing until you actually really get used to it, but see all those bunched up. We can spike them pretty heavy right now with barrage and the energy surges and all that good stuff. Oh, my hero's not around. That's right. So you saw the difference when just now I didn't have my heroes close enough to be helping me do the damage. And there wasn't a lot of damage, wasn't really killing them, and then I called the heroes in, and the spike is pretty intense. For the most part, they handle these builds pretty well. They spike really good, they do things really well. I was able to solo do an entirety of all 3 of the campaigns on the Paragon using these builds, and no problem at all. Did Abaddon just fine, did the Undead Lynch just fine, did Shiro just fine. Really didn't have much issues with anything. Let's see if I can get FW up and actually not have it die. Let's move it down here a little bit. Maybe if it's down here I can still get the benefit of having it while also it won't die so easily maybe. I don't know because they tend to spawn down here too. And pull it up here. So we're at about 8 seconds left. We're probably not going to get another time boost. I'll probably get those 4 and then it'll push us out. So let's see here. Yep, on that run I actually gained 5,000 Kurzick faction on that run for gaining 116. That's really good of a spike if you ask me at least. So that puts me at 7,000. See, this is why I don't have a lot of titles max, because some of them it's just really grindy. Takes a while to grind it. But ultimately, I think this would have been a lot easier when fast faction farming was around. You can get a lot of money, but I never really got into those, never really understood them. So that's it for this video. I hope you all enjoyed. Please comment, rate, share, all that good stuff. Like I said, check out Jeff Laba's channel, Snickerdoodle. He plays a lot of different games. He's a lot more fun than I am. I'm a little monotone. I don't really know how to keep jokes flowing when I'm by myself. There was people over there asking for some assistance and things like that, and seeing more of the game than just from his perspective. So that's kind of why we're doing this. I appreciate you all. Like I said, please comment, rate, share, subscribe if you're interested in more videos. Thank you.